Excuse me a second. Just going to drop this down. There. I've realized, I've known it, but I've realized just how severe my burnout has been and still is. I've had very intense burnout, and if you've never experienced it, it is harsh. It messes up your sleep, and you're basically in fight or flight. Fight or flight is switched on the whole time. And let me make sure my microphone's switched on for that one, because it wasn't before. Anyway, see, even my brain's not great. I am recovering though. You see, even with all the meditation I do, all this teaching meditation, all of this, I still fell victim to it. And I thought my meditation would protect me from burnout. And it did to a degree. But that probably helped me to keep pushing myself. Because as most of you know, I was working a 9 till 6 job, not 9 till 5, 9 till 6. On top of that, I had a commute that was a drive, 154 miles or something a day. And that drive could take me, if the traffic was bad, over 3 hours one way. So many days, this angle's not great. Many days I was driving for 6 hours, 6-hour drive, a 9 till 6 shift. And then I was coming home and I was recording meditations, guided meditations. So I didn't even have enough time to sleep. I was just sleeping 5 hours a day, and it was really bad sleep, really bad. And I was still managing to squeeze in meditation. But the meditation was of low quality, and it did protect me to a degree, but not fully. Absolutely not fully. Let me just adjust the light in. There. So burnout, we have to protect our brain. We really have to, because that damage you do, it can take years to recover. Well, you may not even recover now. Even now, I still try and find words and they're just not there. There's a fog in my mind and it's really hard. And my meditation really suffered as well. So I'd try and concentrate in meditation, and my concentration wasn't like it used to be at all. Who do they have, by the way? Anyone here I already know? If not, welcome to those of you who I don't know yet, if you stick around. What I do on here is teach meditation. And I was just talking then about burnout and how very real it is and how crippling it can be. And I was listening to there's a great book by a neuroscientist, and he talks about the power of doing nothing. I think the book's called The Power of Doing Nothing. And he said we need to spend at least 20 minutes a day just staring into space, just staring at clouds, or just sitting with your eyes closed and letting your mind just wander, because then your brain goes into something called a default mode network, and it needs to be going there. So I'm going to do some meditation. I'm going to teach some meditation now. And this is going to be the easiest meditation you've ever done. So if you're a beginner, great. because it's going to be a meditation where concentration isn't really isn't taking first place. So it's going to be a loose one. It's going to be easy. When the mind wanders away, no problem. That's part of the meditation. So maybe there's a lesson in here as well. Because that thought just came to me as I was describing this new style of meditation we're going to try today from this book I'm reading. And it came to me that one of our main problems in the West when it comes to meditation is judging ourselves for not being able to stay with the breath and thinking we can't do it. I can't meditate. My mind's all over the place. Hey sons, how you doing? Nice to see you here. So we think we can't meditate when we can. That spacing out, that losing the thoughts, the breath, drifting off, that's meditation too. And I know I'm jumping around a bit, but on the subject of rest and recovery from burnout, last night I went to bed. You see, for all of this time I was overworking for all of this time, and it went on for over a year. I was sleeping 5 hours a night, and it was a really broken 5 hours. It was all over the place. I'm enjoying your talking. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm enjoying you communicating here as well. So I went to bed last night, and my new schedule is in bed at 10 p.m. I never used to do that. I used to go to bed at like 12:30. Now I'm in bed at 10. So I went to bed at 10 and I was bang out. And I had 10 hours solid sleep. And it's the first time I've done that in over a year. Over a year. So I'm on a massive sleep debt that I've got to try and somehow recover. Meditative state in the middle of everyday activities, isn't it what we should go for? Yes. I mean, that's kind of the whole purpose, really. Well, that could be argued, because there's so much to be said for seated meditation. It's irreplaceable. It's the most valuable of all. That's where we get this strength of awareness to be able to live mindfully, to be able to move through the world knowing what we're doing as we're doing it. So yes, a meditative state during daily life is perfect. But that comes because of the meditation. You see, some people say, oh, I've tried to be mindful and I can't. My mind's all over the place. And they're not even having a meditation practice, a classic practice where they sit and devote time for it. If you don't sit and devote time for it, you don't get those other fruits, which are being awake to your life in the world. So, yes, and I'm so glad. Over 8 hours, that's beautiful. That's my new thing. I'm going to do it. Then my meditation will get strong again. Everything's gone out of place for me. And I did it to myself. You know, we moved. I had to keep my job. I had to drive all of those hours, and I got made redundant, and what a blessing. If I hadn't been made redundant, I would have still been putting myself through that. And the strange thing is, when you're doing it, when you're damaging your brain and overworking and taxing it, you've got energy. I had the energy to do all of that. I didn't lack the energy. I was fine. So I thought I was protected. But I wasn't. The damage was being done. So we do need to listen to people when they say, don't overwork, take time out, stare into space. I know all this. So, I teach it, for God's sake. So it's about taking my own medicine now. Because I'm not the person I was. I'm not the person I was. But that's going to come back. And it can't come soon enough. So let's do a meditation now. And this meditation is going to be so loose. I'm going to encourage you to just be open. It's classic Vipassana, but we're not going to stress about a wandering mind. We're just going to follow it wherever it goes. And you may find that this, for you, is the best meditation you've ever had. So let's give it a go. Yeah, absolutely, sons. Well, your brain accumulates waste product, and only sleep can clear that out. So come into your seated posture. We're just going to have, as long as it takes, 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20. I'm just going to relax. Absolutely. Body and brain. The whole being. It's like in Buddhism, they say chitta. People say mind and heart. In Buddhism, chitta means heart-mind. It's the same thing. There's no difference. So allow your eyes to gently close. And just relax. You can sit upright, but be relaxed in doing so. Be easy. What's happening behind your eyes? What can you see? Because even when we close our eyes and it's dark, we can still see. For me, it's almost like TV static. Fuzzy dots vibrating at a high intensity. You might see colourful swirls in there. Just rest your eyes on what you see inside. And now go to feeling. What can you feel? What's drawing your attention? For me, it's a tingling on the side of my left-hand cheek. And as I focus in, it goes stronger. Then it fades and it spreads down to my chin. Then all of a sudden my shoulders pop into existence. I can feel them. So what's showing up for you now? Maybe it's your breathing. Maybe you're feeling the rising and the falling of the in-breath. Maybe it's a tingle on the face, heat or coolness. So we're spreading our awareness over our whole body. And as soon as I said that, it's like several points within me just switched on, like someone flicked a switch. Points that, in a strange sense, weren't alive. But me just saying, spread your awareness into the whole body, snapped many points into existence. Many more feelings and sensations across the body. And you can be with more than one. You can be with many. You can be with the whole field of the body. Not pushing away any experience. Even if it's disliked. A noise, sound, that doesn't stop you from meditating. That becomes the meditation. If your neighbour's having a screaming row, you listen deeply. You meditate on it. And this might give you an insight into how to deepen your own meditation when hindrances come your way. Things that pull you away from your meditation object. They can all be brought in. It's not about excluding anything. It's about being awake to the whole of life. So we're just sitting, feeling, hearing, being with whatever shows up. And it looks like our meditation object is constantly changing. We might feel 2 or 3 breaths, then be pulled away by an itch, and then a sound. But when we're looking from a correct vantage point, it really is all just consciousness, being aware of whatever unfolds as we look. So we can be so incredibly present, irrespective of what's happening in or around us. And it reminds me of what Sun said before we started meditating. Isn't the aim to be awake, aware of what's happening as we go about our daily lives? I'm paraphrasing. And that's exactly what we're doing here. Learning how to expand into our whole experience as it unfolds. So we'll just sit now for a few more minutes, maybe 4 or 5, and I won't talk at all. I'll just give you a chance to be with whatever unfolds. And I'll ring the bell at the end. You did get me. Lovely. And hi, I was saying. Yes, it came to me as we were doing that meditation that we were doing exactly what we were talking about. Hello, Fox Gem. How are you? Hope you're all mentally good for what you're about to go through. I won't say what, obviously, because this is public, but just sending you my best wishes for all of that. You've got it. Yeah. I used to be afraid of all that stuff, but it doesn't bother me in the slightest anymore. In fact, the last time I was very nonchalant. Excuse me. So we've just done a meditation looking at everything that's happening. Basically allowing the brain to just rest on whatever is present. I've got some new meditations on here. I've got a good body scan, a 25-minute body scan that I posted the other day, which hopefully you'll enjoy if you do it. Perfect. Best wishes all, much love and peace.